Okay, we're skipping the intro today because we're just hopping right into D&D because it was a late start.
Was hanging out. Joval's helping out with some doctor dude doing his thing, and Orn was helping the people like get ready to defend this place from ragghouls. So only two people's character sheets properly calculate soaks. Everyone else is gonna have to do it manually, and you can't change it on your sheet. So you just kind of got to remember what it is.
What can we change in our sheets?
Your soak. Yours is one of the ones that works, Chris, so you're good. So is Zach.
Dope.
So everyone else has to like figure it out. So it's your brawn, which is going to show in your soak value is your brawn, and then whatever your armor gives you, if you have any talents, which I think brings J1 to 7.
Maybe.
Darren, your soak is 4. Your
What?
defenses are 1 and 2.
Okay, 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's 1 and 2 as long as you're using your sword. If you use your lightsaber, it's just 1 and 1 on your defenses.
Oh,
Your soak is 4. And Joval's soak is 3 plus your armor, which is 4.
Yep.
So you just have to remember that because it's fucking stupid.
So what is it? It won't change it.
You can't change it. You're gonna have to remember it.
Oh.
It's dumb because it got fucked up at some point. While we're here, do this. We need to do Destiny. So there's that button.
Yay.
We got a week 2 obligation.
Oh no.
Oh wait, don't roll any more Destiny for a second. Oh, don't ignore that button. I had that menu open, so it didn't update, so I gotta do it manually.
Ah.
Okay, now everybody else can roll theirs.
Dark side.
No.
Both of us.
Why so many one darks?
Because we're dipping our toe in the dark side, not going all in.
It's better than you guys all rolling 2 dark.
Oh, you just like a little die. That's all.
All right, so here's how I'm gonna handle this. J1, you have the other droids with you on the ship. When everybody else left to go do the thing and you stayed in the ship, Vet went out for like some supplies because that's regular business as usual. So about the same time that your guys' fight is starting, Vet's gonna let J1 know that she noticed some people checking out the ship and generally being shady, and they kind of seem familiar, like you guys have run into them before.
I do apologize.
So
I'm
that's it.
having
Here's what J1 has.
funky internet problems, so things really robot-y and to hear it.
Darren, you're not the one playing a droid.
I know. Well, everybody sounds like one, okay?
Finally getting into character in Darren's ears for you, Joe.
It's okay, I'm pretty sick, so he can be the robot this time. And I can be a mute robot.
So that's what your situation is. And everybody else is... We gotta do initiative for their fight. I'm gonna go ahead and add you to it too. That way we can just do that.
I'm drinking fucking coffee.
I'll let you roll whatever initiative you wanted.
Get an issue about there it is. What is happening?
Satisfying sound of dice roll.
Lots.
Now roll 100 at once.
Okay. Let me just grab my Warhammer bucket.
Darren and Chris, tell them with their initiative.
Oh, initiative.
What did you? Well,
It's in the combat tracker.
I didn't
You
even
do-
hear what you said. I can't hear it.
Initiative for fighting. Do the thing.
I clicked it though.
You must have clicked not it because I was doing them one at a time for my shit, and it must have moved you in the list and you misclicked.
Oh, I was like, I did the thing, okay?
Do it again.
What? Hold on. Again?
Yeah, because it still says you don't have one. Yeah, which one do you want to use? Do you want to use vigilance or cool? I'm gonna tell you right now, you want to use vigilance. That doesn't seem right. Did you put 6 ranks in vigilance? Because that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right.
No, I am not supposed to extract some vigilance. Jesus Christ.
I think you can. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 3, and we'll just leave it. It's fixed. We're done.
Fair.
All right. So that's still better than your cool. So roll it with your vigilance because I let you guys do it this time.
Okay, how the fuck do I roll? There it goes. Remove the difficulty.
No, you don't. You just click on the
I've
D20 in the combat tracker.
yeah, that's what I've clicked twice.
Well, fine. I'll do
Oh,
it.
now it's coming up. It's just like every time I clicked it, it was like auto rolling. It was just I would roll as soon as I clicked the D20 next to my name, and now it gave me a little prompt.
All right. So you can deal with whenever your turn comes around, J1. You can deal with what's going on at the ship.
I didn't
Whatever,
like it anyways.
whatever insanely illegal way you're gonna handle it.
It's hot.
Wow.
Who wants to go take this first slot? It's Darren's initiative, but
What?
it's one of you guys who wants to go first. There is a bunch of rackles charging at this like encampment. You guys are at. Bunch of sick people, people barely holding on, 4 people.
Let me just take the first shot. So I'll hit this one closest to us, range band wise.
That is
Oh,
medium
there's
away.
2. This
Well, you have
top.
you have the long range of the blaster rifles. So you can hit any of those 4 in front of you.
Oh, let's do the top long range one.
Don't forget, the longer the range, the more difficulty too.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
gonna be 3 difficulty to shoot at that one.
Oh, well, I don't want that. Give me this top one and 2 ranges away, or yeah.
Yeah, okay, so 2 difficulty.
Yeah. This blaster rifle, I'm definitely gonna have to give back when I'm done. Yeah.
The fuck?
What? Why does it say double roll?
It doesn't.
No, it does for me. At the very bottom, it's a. Oh, never mind.
Okay, so oh, you don't have enough to crit, but you do 14 damage, which is enough to kill that one. Even though I boosted their health by a few points.
I'll just give a boost to the next person who goes after me.
You do a targeted boost with both your initiative or advantage. You have 2 advantage.
I mean, just whoever goes next, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, and step up in front of Orin, or move one range band to him.
All right.
Should be
This,
about
this
it.
little girl's just gonna walk away from the fight because she's literally just a kid. It's not your turn yet. Well, now it's whoever goes next now, but looks like Darren's taking it.
But children in Star Wars could be super powerful, Mike.
Yeah, if they were Jedi or Skywalkers. Yeah, finish your turn, Darren. Is that it?
Yeah, that's what I do for the moment.
You could move again for your action.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go. I'm going to move back with the kid and tell Dead and Deader as my what was it, command NPC thing. I don't think it's the active one. When directing NPC droids gain an additional bonus to its other additional blue dice. I forget what they're called.
Boost.
In addition to other boost, yeah. In addition to their other benefits per ranks.
You have 3.
Well, I have regular speaks binary, so it's 3 from that, and then speaks improved. What's the difference? Why would it just? Why is there an improved one? I
I'm
don't
trying
know.
to think
It's
because
4.
these don't say specifically on checks, which is every check possible. Anything
Yeah.
you would roll for is a check. So that I don't get what that is. That seems silly.
So it's 4 on their next check.
Okay. What do you tell them to do now?
I'm gonna tell them to shoot this one. Oh, they changed how the blink works.
Yeah, because I think it was a mod I was using before, and now it's just built in. These guys have a range of long. They are currently in extreme.
Yep. So I
Good to
mean,
know.
it won't be until no, because they don't go anywhere yet. When their turn comes up, they'll do stuff.
All right.
But that's my turn, is directing them to do better on their turn.
Just remind me to get 4 boost. Well, I guess you'll remember. You'll roll it for him. Who's next? I guess it's Joval. Unless J1 is gonna randomly do something in the ship
Nope.
right now.
Nah, you guys gonna go first.
Okay. Is Joval near combat, or was he still helping people to where he'd have to spend?
You're like in the camp. Orin is about where Orin's at. Is probably like the entry of the camp. Like you could see him, and you
Okay.
can tell the people are scrambling to go fight something, and Barangars run out there, and he shot at something already. But you are back here, closer to where the patients and stuff are.
Okay. I guess could I just spend this turn like helping get people out of harm's way, and then if I have time, move closer to Orin to set up my next turn?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Discord, Patrick posted.
I guess make a leadership check to see if people will actually
Yep, lady said he posted a link.
pay attention to you trying to guide them.
Yeah, standard difficulty.
Yeah.
And then I get the boost from Orin. Or
Yeah,
has that been
no.
used already?
I guess technically it would have been on week 2 and he didn't use it.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if they go away though, but yeah, that's fine. He had 2 advantage, so he could have targeted somebody. I'll just let it go.
Okay. Yeah,
Didn't
track.
matter anyway.
I'll boost the next person though. My leadership at least helped our team.
I think the next person in the situation, so it will not be J1.
Yeah.
It'll be whoever takes the first initiative slot next round.
Who the hell's that blue person? Wait a minute.
You missed a whole child that they found.
Oh shit.
Another one.
Yeah, is that like 4 now? And a dog?
Fucking dog, I forgot about the cat found.
Thought it was just
All
2
right.
children and a dog.
George is visiting. We just have to get him back to where he belongs.
All right, Raggle is going to go next. It's going to move up. Yeah, I have all these different Raggles on here. So make them all move at once. Makes it so much easier. Up. These ones will move. This one's technically in range of Darren, so he's going to swing.
Hmm.
Even though it looks funny because it's the way the grid is built up. What's your defense, Darren, against melee right now? 2?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 'cause I'm using the sword.
All right, use a dark point to upgrade. And still miss.
Okay.
Because 4 fucking purple dice.
I forgot my sorcerer defender tree is fucking maxed out. Jesus Christ. Okay.
You have every single talent in that tree.
I do. Yeehaw, guys! I can stop a meteor with my face, but nothing else.
So Racco tries to get you from the flank, and you're just like, get the fuck out of here. Some settlers are gonna shoot at some rat ghouls. And they're gonna miss. The other ones are gonna shoot without moving. No, they can't. No, they can't.
Friends
They
now.
can't. We're good. Hey. All right, so this like group of 3 dudes got really lucky and killed this dude that tried to kill Darren.
They're just gonna try to murder me.
All right, it is now your robot's turn. Zach.
Got
Robot.
Murder goes to murder Eccles. Okay.
They are long range. Okay, I'm gonna move up in Joval range
I forgot Joval moved.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
to where Joval range
Two
was,
wheel.
and they will. I mean, they've already got 4. They will not aim. No, there it is. Yeah.
You know what the code is for the deck?
So I guess they will just pass a boost to the next person and
All right.
deal
Well, you did
12 damage.
grievous damage to that one, but it's still up, and it is super fucked up. All right.
Am I just not supposed to drink coffee right now? What the fuck?
What's what?
I'm over here struggling. Bad. Tried to drink my coffee, and I took a bigger gulp than I did on the as soon as it came out, and my inside.
All right,
And I went
so
to take a drink and spilled it down my leg.
so the leader rat goal here, it's gonna be like it's like a war cry kind of nonsense as it steps forward, and it brings up 2 more dudes with it.
Oh no.
come over the hill. A couple more rat ghouls. These are all one-man minion groups. All right, J1. So Vet's telling you there's some shady dudes. They look like the ones that fucked with you guys on Hoth. They tried to attack the ship. That almost killed her.
So do I have the cannon of the ship operable?
Okay. You weren't here. You guys are on Terrace. It's an actual planet that people live on. You're like in a city, or it's more or less Imperial controlled, but it's not like super locked down strict. So do what you will, but there will be problems if you just start blasting away in a public place.
I mean, they're trying to rob me. This is on them.
Well, they're like checking out the ship. So they look according to Vet, they seem like the same people.
If they're not on the ship yet, then I will prepare the cannon, but wait and keep an eye on them through our camera system.
Okay. Just for shits and giggles, make a gunnery check to adequately get the gun ready to go.
Okay, wait. Gunnery is up here. No, bad. Shit. It's been a bit. Are the icons no longer at the top?
Yeah, mine have disappeared.
Yeah, that mod probably doesn't work anymore.
Okay.
And every time I try to update stuff, everything breaks, so... You just go to your character sheet like a regular person playing an actual game of D&D.
Like a pleb.
And then I just have to, like, make it roll? What the fuck? I can't just click it?
Character sheet, do the thing.
Yeah, shit. Okay, well, 5 green, 1 yellow. How do I even do a real roll? Oh my god.
No, if you just click on the dice on your character sheet...
it popped up behind it. Okay, it just hid the menu. I found it. 2 difficulty?
Yeah. I mean, why not? It's fine.
Wow.
Well, That's like, you haven't done this really. That's like, need some help in there? And you're just like, no, I got it.
Yeah, no, this is it. It's not plugged in. Yeah, and I'll just give my. I don't think I have any strength.
The Roomba droid beeps at you, and he's basically like, "Did you try turning it off and turning it back on?" And then he drives away.
Idiot! Of course I tried that. Definitely didn't try that.
No. What is my computer doing? Stop it. I closed the fucking Star Wars tab. Son of a bitch.
All right, round 2. Who's going up?
I'm just gonna use my. It doesn't make sense to give anyone advantage from that fight. They're too far away. Never mind.
I mean, Vet's there.
I'll give it to Vet in case.
For 2, you can give it to yourself as well, so you can give yourself a boost and Vet if you want.
Perfect.
That'll use up your advantage.
I can't type anything. Type things, it brings tabs. What is happening?
Who is taking this initiative slot? They're getting a boost from Joval.
Who is probably gonna go last, just so y'all know.
Okay.
Where are we at on the list before we get back to my droids?
We are at the very top of the initiative right now. The droids are about halfway. Well, they're really close to the bottom, actually. It just looks like halfway because I have all those individual records on there that I'm not running that way.
Mm-hmm.
I just put them in the highest slot is the one they're using.
Gotcha.
You can just remove them from the initiative, make it easier to read.
Someone else go. I want to go closer with my droids.
All right. So
you coming in a record?
Darren or Chris, who wants to take this?
I'll swing.
Okay, you have to move forward.
Get him.
And then you're in range of 2 now.
Okay.
One is very seriously injured, and the other one is fine.
Grip. Crap, come on, there we go. Let's go swing at the one not so injured. As soon as it's me. Standard difficulty? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got. We did the damage.
Okay.
And it
That's all I
blocks
can
with
do.
arm, and you kind of cut into the arm and get a little bit of the shoulder.
Nice.
You know, they don't have armor or anything, so they're kind of just flesh.
Well, yeah. Sure.
But, okay. The kid is still moving away from fighting. She's trying to like just not get killed. And who's next?
I'll go. I'll take a shot at this bottom one here in Darren's range band, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna take a step back.
And damage. You could crit, but that's useless. Doesn't finish that one off. It was all fucked up. You have 5 advantage.
5 advantage. Holy cow. I'll give week 2 a boost. And I'll give Darren a boost, and then that's it, I guess.
All right.
Wait, are these targeted boosts?
Yes, that's basically what he's doing.
Because I'm not doing fighting. Give it to Joval.
Oh, okay.
Could you boost the droids instead?
Oh yeah, the droids would be helpful.
Okay. So Darren and the droids, the D and Ds.
Uh,
All right.
the D and D and D.
D and
There
D
we
and
go.
leader.
Yep.
This is how we'll know you have a boost.
Empowered.
The
Not to be confused with this.
oh no, I am
Invisible.
weak
Someone's
hand.
bleeding. Regenerating. Negative regenerating. It's like a radioactive symbol. You're just dead.
Oh no, Blet.
All right. So that's your turn. Who wants to take the next one?
Okay, that would be me. So I'm going to direct for the fighting again.
Yeah, they do have.
Are the ones that I shot dead? I missed
Yeah.
if they moved around.
Chris
So
finished
we'll-
them off, and that's the one Darren hit.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got like a gash in his shoulder and one of his arms that he tried to block the sword with.
Okay. Yeah, I will tell them to aim for that one. Because I forgot to do this last time. I will also use Speaks Binary Supreme, which is a maneuver. Once per encounter, do the Speaks Binary maneuver. A number of NPC droids up to ranks in Speaks Binary may use the character's ranks for one skill of character's choice. So they're going to use my 3 ranks in ranged light.
They didn't have. All right. So just remember that shit, because I don't think there's an icon for that. There you go, it's asleep. Alright. Is that your whole turn?
That is my turn. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just sticking with the kid.
Next is Joval.
Okay.
Or J1, if J1 wants to jump in the middle randomly.
I can just go. So I'll aim for the boost, and then I'll try and hit this guy.
Okay.
Wait, did I do the difficulty right?
Two
Yes.
away.
Huh.
Alright, so you hit him for an amount of damage that is less than 7 because of soak.
Okay. Yeah,
You
well,
can crit.
I will do that then.
Okay. Let's see if my crit macro still works. Even though these are medium dudes. It's not a jolt. They drop whatever's in hand. He drops empty air. Oh,
Well.
it's about their minions anyway. That kills them.
Did you
Ah.
say empty hair?
Empty air.
Air.
There's
Okay.
nothing in his hands.
God, I thought I heard hair. Like, excuse me. What is?
He actually drops wet hair on Baron.
You're
Ugh.
gross.
Ugh.
Oh, no.
All right.
I have a near phobia. Shit.
It's like wet rat ghoul hair that came off when you cut him.
It's gross. I hate it.
Okay. The dudes are going to. The one
Glad to
fit's
know
going to
that
go back
next
and make
my,
sure
for it.
everyone's good, and these guys are going to move up and continue to fight. Yeah. Ray, they do some damage. And land a couple bolts in that one. All right. Troy time. They got boost from Chris
Mhm.
and you.
So I'm gonna move up. They have. Hold on. They have 3 ranks.
We'll just add the extra yellow to their shot.
Hmm.
I think that's how it works.
Well,
They
it's
use your ranks, but their stats. So we'll just switch it to. Well, it won't
it
fucking
won't even
switch.
let me alter their.
Yeah. Well, if you
thing.
made it 2, they'd have 2 yellow, and if you made it 3, they'd have 2 yellow and a green. So yeah, add a yellow.
4, 5.
Oh, these things are so fucked up.
Yeah, crit 4.
Alright, so he's gonna kill that one.
Yep.
These just walk up, they land some shots, and they're like, yeah, we did it. And you walk up, you're like, watch this. Your droids are like, goddamn meat bags. They suck. Show you how it's done. Alright, this rat ghoul leader dude is gonna pull out a fiber sword. He's gonna move forward. I forgot to move these. These dudes charge forward. And J1, you're the only one that's left. What do you invent to?
Have the guys scouting the ship done anything else?
Like you and Vet are both hanging out watching them. They're kind of, it's like they're kind of like casing the ship, kind of, and some of them are just keeping an eye. Kind of like they might know who you are.
I mean, yeah, unless they board for the moment, we're just gonna hold off.
Okay.
As opposed to committing more crimes.
Vet's gonna say, should we let everybody else know what's going on?
See, I thought you already did that, Vet. That's your one job.
I let you know. You're the one on the ship still.
Yeah, I will radio it in and relay as best I can. Mostly just a heads up of like if you're on your way back, because I don't know that they're mid-combat, presumably.
Yeah, like you have no idea what's going on down there.
Yeah, so hey, when you guys get back, there's some people here to greet you.
Are we in
No,
range?
Yeah, I'd say
okay, I was gonna say I don't know the range.
He at least contact you. It might be a little choppy, but you can still understand what he's saying. But he gives you no actual information. Okay, so that's what happened there. Back to the top. Darren, if you're taking it, you have a boost die.
Yeah, sure. Let's do the thing. See, I gotta move into.
Yeah, if you move forward, you'll be in range of like the leader rat ghoul and another one.
I'll
the leader actually has a little bit of armor on and has a virus.
A vibro sword. Did I use a lightsaber on that? I might. I need to. Can I observe if it's safe to use a lightsaber around here?
There's a lot of people watching. Like there's just people just in the settlement. There's a few fighting with you guys.
Oh, okay. We're not going to do that. I'm going to on them though. Goose die. And roll. Oof. Did the boost die save me? Is that what that was?
Hold on. I'm missing books. Here we go. Look up the virus sword real quick. Because the thing in the game is weird. Okay, there we go. Okay, so his defense should be higher. There we go. You rolled. I gave you an extra advantage. You have 5 advantage. You can crit, and then you still have 2 advantage.
We can crit.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
This guy will not be instantly downed by a crit. He's able to like parry the blow fully damage wise, but I guess you still land the crit, so we'll see what kind of effect we get. Got overpowered. Target leaves itself open, and the attacker may immediately attempt another free attack against him using the exact same pool as the original attack. So
I get this second swing again.
He manages to like parry off the damage, but yes, you get to try again.
All right, let's do it. Roll.
Hold on. I gotta write down his.
That's roll. Wrong one. Shit. So that's what. I accidentally lightsaber. Wait. Rolling lightsaber anyway. I did roll. I did roll Varangard.
It says the exact same pool. Makes me think the boost should be in there too. But yeah, the first one's correct. The first one reroll you did. So let him get rid of it.
Okay, we could just take that or whatever. Unless you want to put a boost in it.
I could roll one just because it's an extra success. So you do 8 damage instead of 7.
Oh, all right. I'm not complaining.
Oh shit! You know what? I didn't even add the extra difficulty for his defense, but whatever. We'll deal with it next time. So you do a little bit of damage to him. He was not expecting the the extra attack.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's
It
not what
screams in your face and gets
did
some spittle on you.
the what?
Screams in your face and gets some spittle on you.
I don't want middle. I am not trying to get infected here.
Mhm.
Don't you put that juju on me. Don't you do that.
Ricky Bobby.
Don't you put that bad juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
All right. So the only thing
Damn
Faye's
it,
gonna do
man.
is
God
yell
damn
to
it.
you guys that if they hit you, you might get infected. So just watch out.
I'm gonna sure to parry like a son of a bitch. That's what I do. Oh,
So that's gonna be her whole turn. Who is Toan next?
This is the new round, right?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll just go next.
it could literally be anybody but Darren at this point.
Volunteers. I guess let me move up one.
I'll bring you into long range with the leader and the small one.
Okay, well, it's not letting me move.
I moved you.
Okay,
I don't know why I
go.
wouldn't let you, but I moved you.
Yeah, let me shoot the leader at difficulty
All right.
3.
It's gonna be 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah,
Cool.
he has some defense.
Cool.
Still got him.
Hooray! And I'll give the next person a boost.
He's going to parry some of that damage. And yeah, we're good there. All right. So you guys have all been going on your own initiative, so I guess it's week 2's turn.
I'm going to. Let me check real quick. Per encounter. Okay. Okay. I'm going to direct the droids and be like, go for the leader. Berengar can get the smaller ones. So, speaks
I'm
binary.
imagining this kid's like hiding behind a crate, yells about not getting infected, and then right next to her is this little Jawa who's just barking
me-
orders and then hiding again.
Mm-hmm.
telling me to go to the little ones.
No, you don't understand me unless you know binary as well.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
telling the
He's
droids to go for
speaking
the
in ones
leader.
and zeros.
Mm. Oh, I thought you were talking. Yeah, my apologies.
I-
Everything's still like robot.
I feel like it's more like how, Luke just talks to R2 like R2's talking English back to him. I think it's more like that, where you just understand them so much better. You can actually have a full conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Since I don't think there's ever been just a person who walks in the droid and goes beep boop beep boop boop. That'd be funny as hell though.
That does make for like a weird understanding of the talent. Is like
I think it's more like
everyone can talk to the droids. It's who can understand the droids.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's more what it is. Is like most people they
But
just hear a droid making beeps and boops unless it's like a protocol droid.
True, but it specifically says when directing droids. So why would me knowing to speak droid be able to give them commands better?
I feel like it's more like there is the thing of like some droids that get like personality quirks. in the AI, but I think it'd be more like you understand what they can do better. They can tell you their state of being a lot easier than they could a normal person. So you can give them the right.
Maybe. Um. Since I'm not doing anything else on like using maneuvers and actions, can you use an assist when you're not like right next to someone?
What does the thing say?
It just says grant a bonus to an ally's check. It doesn't mention anything about doing it specifically on a character.
Trying to think about how we would narrate it. I think it'd be more like from your current position, you'd have to just be like backseat driving them fighting.
That I mean, that's the only thing I can see what it would be doing. Like, yeah, assist is just aim for someone else.
Yeah, I guess you probably could still do it. I don't see why not.
Okay.
So someone's character gets annoyed that you're backseat driving, they're fighting.
That's okay. They can do nothing but listen to me. Yeah, with the assist, that'll be all my turn.
Oh, who are you assisting?
Oh wait, does it say? It was supposed to be for Dead and Deader. Grant a bonus to an ally's check. Yeah, I was just gonna give it to Dead and Deader because otherwise they don't have much in the way of skills.
All right. Joval.
Yes. I'm gonna move up one and try and shoot this guy. A.
See, 7 damage. You just got a success.
Yeah. I'll take it though. I'm not gonna get greedy on this. That'll be it for my turn.
These are like, wow, these strangers are a lot of help. We might actually get this without anyone getting fucked up. They're gonna shoot at the small dude you just shot at. They got a slightly better roll than you. They also got one advantage. So that thing's taking like 4 blaster bolts now. The other ones are still making sure everybody's getting out. And robots.
Robots. I'll move up just to make things easier. Oops, that's me. Heavy blaster rifle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And no.
So many blue dice.
Hold on.
Oh, which one are you shooting at?
The boss.
Oh, that would have had 4 purple dice. No, 3. He has defense. He has 1 defense.
Oh, did it? Well, it failed anyway. Wait, 4 you said?
No, 3.
3.
He has
Okay.
4. He has 4. He has 2 melee defense, so it's 4 melee.
So still failed. And 5 advantage.
Not today. I haven't played the game in like 4 months.
Mm.
Even on a failed attack, you can spend the advantages, right?
Yeah.
I'm good. Oh no, I have 5 now. 3 of them I want to. What is he wielding?
I think an attack, if you wanted to shoot his weapon out of his hand, attack would probably have to hit.
Well, this just says spend 3 advantage to force the target to drop a melee or ranged weapon he is wielding. Because otherwise, I could negate the enemy's defensive bonus.
I mean, yeah, I
Um,
guess if you can just do it then, probably.
Oh,
Can't.
I mean,
Fuck away from
is
me.
he
He
carrying
has a viper.
something?
He has a viper sword.
Yes. 3 of it I want to spend to knock that out of his hand.
Okay.
And I will add a boost to Berengar's next check.
All right.
Because being surrounded like that, you're probably going to need it. But that's it.
This is the leader's turn. I guess when to pick his weapon up, it'd be a maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what I'll do. Can't aim. Okay, he's going to attempt to viper sword you, Darren.
The what? What did you say?
You're getting
So he's
shaky
going.
sticked.
I hear cutting out. So
The bad guy's going to try to hit you with his viper sword.
okay. Can a parry?
Parry reduces the damage. Wait and see if I hit.
Yep.
Damage is actually base damage is actually 6, so it's going to be 7 damage.
Okay.
And it's the viper sword. It's not the actual rat ghoul shit, so he can't disease you with this.
Okay.
So he's coming at you with 7 damage. It ignores 2 of your soak.
I have 4 soak.
So you have 2 against this attack.
Oh, okay. I'll parry. So how many ranks are here? You say 2 plus ranks per 1. Wait. Oh wait. Can't I see that in the other tree?
It should be in your town section.
Yeah.
See, parry improved, parry supreme. Where's just regular parry? It should be in there.
It just says parry, stream. Doesn't say show parry and how many I have.
And I'm re-selecting all your parries in your tree to see if it refreshes it. So parry improved,
Where are they at?
parry supreme. There it is. Well, if your tree is to be okay, when you unselected them, they added to your list.
Okay.
Let's do.
It's here.
Oh, we have 4, so it negates up to 6 damage
Okay. No damage taken.
for 3 strain. So 3 strain.
3 straight damage. Let's go.
Don't take damage.
That's just what I do. I don't take damage.
All right. All right, J1.
I was trying to figure out why my strain's only 15 and not like 23 as before.
So before you take your turn, J1,
Okay, is it
you've
possible?
seen a couple more dudes show up.
Yeah, is it possible for me to start setting up a booby trap on like the ramp, so if they open the door and try to start like loading the ship, if they hack in, that either there's a small explosion or some guns go off depending on what we have laying around?
You could probably do something since you have that demolition is nonsense. You might
Yeah,
have to take some materials from Week 2's workshop.
that's
Ooh.
acceptable.
Touch my
Because
stuff.
well, if it gets to that point and the explosion goes off, I'm just gonna lie and say they stole it, so it doesn't matter. uh, yeah, I think I have a box of like electronics in my inventory.
Okay.
Box of electronics for explosives, but not necessarily like payloads. So yeah.
All right. So whatever roll you're going to make for this, that is going to assist you.
Okay.
While Dia just hopes that she doesn't get blown up. Because you don't have a good track record with bombs.
Mechanics. There we go. What difficulty?
Just like super improvised. I'm gonna say 3.
Okay. Yeah, I got this.
Use white point.
Nah.
All right, you did it.
Oh, I also had the boost from the last time, but it didn't matter.
Oh, you should have had boost from Ben as well, who's helping you. But that's fine. You did it.
Yeah. And I'll just that's it. We're propped up and ready to. I'm kind of just taking a stand of like if I have to, we're blowing some heads up.
All right.
Is Vicky with week 2? Or on the ship?
No.
No,
Okay.
they're with
No,
you.
Vicky's gonna be manning the door first,
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
You know, she might have already been there, so you just built a booby trap.
Around
front of
Vicky.
Right in
Oh,
front
no.
of
Perfect.
the box.
Vicky, hold these together. When
Now,
someone comes to the door, put
I
them.
said in front of, like they observed it the whole time, but J1 might have tried to build it around them.
Yeah, it wasn't like intentionally blowing them up, but if they're gonna breach, we're all trying to stop them anyway. So Vicky just is a earlier line of defense than me, but she's behind the explosive. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Don't blow up my ship.
I'm not an expert.
It's supposed to be like a minor explosion. At best, to like damage the ramp.
Yeah, it's meant to be like they walk through and something goes off behind their head, and at worst, it's a flashbang.
All right.
At best,
I
it takes out
lost
the whole
track of
ship.
how many boosts you guys gave Darren. He has 1, right? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can get one from mine since we're not near each other from the roll.
No, I
As
wouldn't
next.
say that
Okay.
that makes any goddamn sense. Nothing you're doing could possibly affect what they're doing.
I call in the
Unless you
comms
say-
and say, I'm about to blow up your ship, you better hurry.
But the Force.
That's not how it works. Darren, probably, I assume. Whoever's going. Did Darren finally blow up?
I think so.
What'd I do?
It's your
Darren
turn,
blew up.
potentially, if you want to take the first slide again.
Oh, take the slot again. Wait. Swing again. On the dude.
All right, 4 difficulty, because I forgot he had melee defense last time.
Okay. Alright, actually. There you go.
This is the first real sword fight you've had in a while.
Yeah.
He's He has enough soak to not take damage from that. You
A
just
lot of
locked in blades, just parrying and slashing at each other. No one can do anything to anybody.
game sidetrack, I guess.
And he's not wailing on the squishies. The kid's just there doing the thing. Who's next?
You need me to go?
Whoever.
Move me up one, and then I'm gonna shoot the leader guy again. I think it's 3 difficulty this time.
Yeah.
Man, Zaboomafoo.
Okay, you get him for some damage. He does not have reflect, so he takes it.
I'll give Darren a boost.
So the way this plays out is Darren's like just neither of them can cut the other one. Everyone's too good at using the sword, even though it's just a ragdoll. Yeah. You just shoot in an opening, and Darren's like, "Aha! Now I got you."
What was that? I hear too much cutting out in the stream. Okay.
Hopefully, all these boosts can help Darren fix his internet.
All right, week 2, Joval, J1, whoever.
I can shoot a dude. So I'll aim and try and shoot the same guy as last time. Yes.
Well, that would be enough to kill it dead. You have 2 advantage.
Okay. Since I see Barangar like in the thick of combat, I'll give him a boost.
Okay, so Darren has 2 boosts ready for the next.
Yep.
How many boosts?
2.
2 boosts. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Week 2, J1, who's going?
Week 2 can go.
Same as last time. Assist and direct to shoot the boss.
Okay. These guys are shoot at the small dude. They did slightly better than they usually do. They're like, we're gonna win. And dead Nutter.
He still has defense boost.
Ow!
Oh, the range defense, yeah, that's his armor that has that.
God, that's my kid. Sorry.
So at this range, it would be 3 difficulty.
I just gave my daughter a funny look and smacked me square in the eye. She's like, "What color?"
Oh god. Yeah.
That's my kid.
Crit and
Still got stuff
Okay.
give
cleaned up, but
Do the
we need
damage
this one
first.
I don't think. I don't know. Unless new
actually
one.
I
Oh,
won't
is it doing
crit.
okay?
You
I
won't crit?
Well, cause let me make sure I can do this right.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Negate the target enemy's defensive bonus, such as defense escape from cover, equipment, or performing the guard stance until the end of the current round. Which would be kind of useless because no one else is really attacking him after this, right?
Yeah, he goes next, then J1 does the ship, and then he goes back to the top.
Oh, that's kind of dumb.
That's weird that it doesn't say until.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be until like your next turn?
Yeah, it's silly.
Oh, okay. Well, wording on the other one would be until the end of the active character's next turn. Anyway, hmm. That's really dumb because the negated defense would have been amazing. I guess yeah, I'll just do the crit, and then give Berengar a bonus.
I got an 80 modifier to the crit because it was 80 last.
Oh god.
Is that 3 boosts now?
Yes.
Jesus, guys. Okay. God, it's like sitting up a spirit bomb. Lend me a strength, world.
All right, we got horrific injury. Rolls a d10. Determine the characteristics.
Good gravy. Go.
Got a 6, so his agility is lowered by 1.
It sounded like that was coming from the stairs, and the she was just going crazy downstairs.
All right. Right, then it's his turn.
What did you do with this rice?
All right. He's going to just swing at Darren again. Time to get Viper sorted. Darren has a ton of fucking defense.
What's all these on me?
They're just tokens, so I know how many boosts you get.
Oh, I'm like, what's whole shield and all this other stuff? I'm like, good grief. What am I doing?
That's your spirit bomb right there.
Mhm.
So,
All right. So it's 7 damage. Can match you again, Darren.
we'll parry again. Second skill. Need the skill here.
All right. Back to this, like,
Fuck. How do I roll? What the hell am I doing?
they're over there with swords, like the cartoon kids, just slapping at each other, not doing anything.
While the combat going on. Yeah. I forgot.
It's
Three
been moving.
3 strain. So yeah, I'm taking like no damage again. So I'm at 6 strain. Parrying the shit out of this guy. But is there anything you can do to do like a swing parry? Is that a thing?
Do what?
No, not a parry.
Making himself dizzy from throwing his Pokemon out so
Oh.
fast.
Oh, hold on. Generating. Oh, I was looking at improved.
Yeah, Supreme Parry is if you don't make a combat check during your previous
I could
turn,
just
then
send one
parry only
parry
costs 1
through.
strain. So if you just purely hunker down, it costs less strain to parry.
Which is pretty good.
Why?
All right.
Can I get away with parry improved?
Eyebrow raise.
He hasn't done anything that would trigger that.
Okay. Okay. Works then.
All right, J1. Some of the guard has shifted. Of the
That's a
people watching the
ragdoll.
ship.
That's me. Yep.
And
That's Chris. That's Max. That's Zach. That's an NPC.
what was I thinking?
That's just another character.
All right, so there might be some people like getting closer to the ship since
Whoa.
you guys haven't come out.
Approximately how many have I seen?
It's been mostly only like 3-ish in like around at a time. Some of them have rotated out though, or came in. There'd be like 4 or 5, and then 2 would leave.
Okay. Is there any other way out of the ship that I could like sneak off of?
Well, you could go out through like the cargo load, but the thing is that's gonna be like a platform that like lowers down to the
Yeah.
ground. It'd be very obvious. There's probably like a scuttle hatch at the top of the ship or something.
Yeah, if that exists, I will try that to get onto the outside to potentially flank them.
All right, you gonna have anybody on the ship do anything?
I will have the people who are watching the door. If the robots are watching one, I will see if what's her face can watch the other one, the cargo, just so we know if they're trying to go in one way, we know what way they're coming.
Okay.
Better.
Did we give Vet a comlink twice? We did. She has one, right?
Okay.
All right, so her and the Cathar kid are gonna go into the cargo bay and watch that then.
And I'll try to get toward the top.
All right, so you can just find that easily and go up there. I didn't mean to close that. Make a stealth check, and that'll be your. Then when at the end of that, you'll be your turn.
Okie doke.
Back to the top. Is Dan ready to unleash the spirit bomb?
Wait, let me go one more time before we unleash the Darrening.
And I'm gonna give Vicky just advantage, or not Vicky, Veth advantage on the next one if she needs it from my pool.
Okay. Well, you have stealth.
I'm gonna shoot Leader Man again, Mike.
Okay.
I gotta be Vegeta and soften him up for it. So.
Well, you missed. It was 6 advantage. Weren't you one of the boosts already? He already got though. I don't know if you could just stack boosts with the same person again.
Oh, damn it.
It seems really like stupid and silly.
Well, I'll give one to week 2, and I'll give one to Joval, and is this guy right here, like in front of the bad? Is that like Dead and Deader right here?
No, that is regular dude.
Okay, he gets a boost too.
Bender is Dead and Deader.
Oh, well, yeah. Everyone on our team except Darren gets a boost.
Except Darren.
I mean, I don't have 3 already or anything. It's okay.
I don't think he still has a boost drum curse. I don't know if that works. I don't think you can just be like boost on one guy from one person. This seems really silly.
Why not?
All right, Darren.
Let's get this roll.
That was his turn. Face no hiding.
Let's get this show on the roll.
I'm definitely gonna upgrade the difficulty of your roll.
Where's your?
So it's gonna be 4 purple, but upgrade 1 to red.
Hold on. Very good. Now do what?
Upgrade the difficulty. It should turn a purple 1 to a red 1.
Grade difficulty. Boop. Okay. And it changes. It kicks the purple down and creates a red.
Yeah.
And then 3 boosts.
Yeah, 3 fucking boosts.
Let's fucking go.
You might as well aim too while you're at it.
Yes.
Actually, what?
Use your
Actually, what?
maneuver to aim, which is a 4th one.
Okay, let's do that too. Sorry, I rolled already.
Oh, sorry, that's blank. Okay, so you hit him anyway, so it doesn't matter. You got a triumph, 3 advantage, and 7 successes.
I think he can
So-
crit, right? With the triumph, at least.
Yeah, you can.
Let's do it.
So he's gonna parry some of the damage, so he's hanging on by a thread. And if you're gonna crit, His current crit number is 106, so this will probably end up killing him unless you roll stupidly low.
Bacon.
Okay, it rolls really low. You blinded him. He's up to 117 on crit injuries now. So he upgrades the difficulty of all checks twice, and his perception and vigilance checks get upgraded 3 times instead.
Why did I move?
I don't know why you moved.
I
Probably because I
didn't.
was typing or something.
I didn't click anything.
Yeah, that's what happened. I was typing something and it ended up happening.
Oh. We'll take it.
You have, if you did that. Well, you have the 3 advantage still, unless you didn't use. At least use the advantage to crit, and you have the triumph. Which one do you have? Which one did you use for the crit?
I used the triumph for
Well, you could recover strain, I guess. The advantage.
sure. Back to that guy silly.
Oh, you what? You guys killed one of the rat ghouls that I had in the combat tracker, so I've been skipping them like the last round. They didn't do anything because I didn't save the combat tracker. God damn it. So yeah, I mean, there's that. You can recover strain or use the advantage for something else.
I'll keep my train. Go ahead. I'll give advantage to the next person.
If you just do the next person, that only costs 1 advantage.
What does it cost to target it?
If you target someone, it costs 2.
Okay. I'll target I'll give 1 next person in line, then target one of weak used drones.
Okay. Who's next? Who wants the boost from Darren?
We shall share the boost, guys.
Zach, who's going?
I mean, I can go now and just give the boost or direct my droids again.
Both droids boost. Whatever.
All right.
I mean, the act is 1 unit.
Oh, I got you.
So they'll have a boost from Darren and everything you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're gonna get that battle droid up and running that they give you half of. I just imagine you just ride on its shoulder, just telling it to shoot at people. Oh yes, that's what you're doing, Joval.
I'll move forward. And am I able to hit the guy that looks like they're in front of Berengar?
Yeah, they're still 2 away. They're medium.
Okay. Do I have any boosts? I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Hey.
9 damage. Heavy blow. 1 threat, take a strain, I guess.
Okay. That's it for my turn.
These guys are gonna shoot at the other dude again. And just straight miss. And they're gonna walk away. Alright, and these are gonna run up. So come over here. And They're going to strain themselves a bit and attack Chris. Chris, do you have any defense? You do not. All right, Chris, they're coming at you for 5 damage.
Coming at me for 5 damage. Is that after or before soak?
That's before.
Oh, so I take 1. 1 wound.
Actually, I think you take none. I think you have 5.
What?
I think you have 5.
5 soak?
Yeah, I think. I
Uh,
think your armor is 3 and your brawn is 2.
my
Yeah, I think
brawn is definitely 2.
Yeah, your armor is 3, so yours is actually calculated correctly. Yours actually is calculating for some reason. So yeah, so you did nothing.
Oh.
All right,
What?
robots.
What's are the rectals up on me?
They are still short range.
Oh yeah, no, they'd have to be in the same band.
Oh yeah, so
Boss.
yeah, they couldn't even attack you, Chris. They had to attack Joval. I'm dumb.
Oh.
So 5 damage to Joval instead, which is actually 1.
Oh, right. Right, because they're not in my range band. They're adjacent.
Max thought he was slipping away easy. Didn't correct me or anything.
Darn.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, they're right next to me. Yeah, I got, yep. Oh, yep.
To advantage though.
You guys
That's
can't
the
hit
way
for
I
shit.
like it. Oh, oh.
Um, boost to Darren.
Woo!
This thing is going to. I guess it's just going to swing at Darren again. Darren has a bunch of defense. I have to upgrade the difficulty twice because it's blinded. It's just blindly swinging his sword in front of it, trying to hit you now at this point. Yeah, I'm just trying to like that. It failed, but rolled a triumph.
Him attacking me?
Yeah. I don't know what to do with the triumph in this situation. I guess it's wild flailing is gonna like give you a setback on your next round because he's making you have to give up footing because he's like just fucking whipping the sword around. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna give you a skull.
I'm dead. That's what that is.
Yeah. This thing is on its last leg, so all right, off for J1's thing. I'm gonna roll a quick perception check. See if anything finds you. What was your stealth check before?
It was just one success, 3 advantage.
Okay. They got 1 success. So you guys are equal. So I don't know how to handle this. Did you use your advantage on boosting people?
I used 2. I technically had 1 left. If that changes anything.
Yeah, we could do that. Be like, they thought they heard metal scraping up there, but because you're a fucking robot. But then they thought maybe it was nothing. We'll do that.
Okay, and I will
So
just
they
be
heard something.
waiting.
So it might be a little, and no, you're just up there, and roll a D100. Let's do this. All right, for now, nothing's happening.
Okay, we continue
Back
to
to the
wait.
top. All right, Darren, you're dead. Let's go.
All right.
Even in like the combat tracker, it has your name read out and everything.
I mean, he's
Alright.
just incapacitated, right? Not like.
He's not
I'm not
actually. He's not actually down. I just used a marker because he has a setback on his roll.
Oh.
Okay.
And the marker happens to be the D&D thing for just
Do I
being
have to
dead.
upgrade difficulty or changing?
It's at a black die too, whatever you want to do.
There you go.
You forgot to add all the defense that
What?
he has. He has 4 defense, despite being blind. Here, I'll add those. Add 1 threat to your roll, so you have 1 advantage.
Oh.
So you still do your 7 damage. It's going to do just enough to put him over by 2. So you finally felled the big rat ghoul. Okay, when he goes, the other ones start running away. So you guys want to shoot at them just because
Yep.
you
Mhm.
can. So whoever wants to make an attack on them that hasn't gone this round, which is everybody but Darren, go ahead.
Okay.
2 difficulty.
The one in front of you will only be 1. Actually, yeah, they're all right now. They're all just 1 from you. They're in melee range of Joval, so it's gonna be there's plus engaged. So I'm not sure how that's supposed to be.
Kill the guy.
Um,
Holy crap.
Maybe it's supposed to be 3 because you're in melee range, but you're using a light weapon. I think that's what that.
oh, yeah, that makes sense. Nope.
All right, so I assume Chris shot the one at the top and Dender shot the one at the bottom.
Mhm.
Chris did enough damage to kill it, and then Dender
I did
do.
13. No crit.
I was gonna say I even got a triumph, so
Yeah, that's gonna
crit
kill
killed it.
him too. All right, so you finished them off as they were running. You shot them in the back. So these guys are all cheering. Everything's good to go. Everyone's happy.
So first I'm gonna check if any of our crew need any healing or doctoring done.
Darren didn't even take any damage. He's the one this.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're the one that took a damage. Just the one.
Okay.
That's what I do. Nope.
Nothing, Darren.
So
Your hair looks nice.
So if the Rackles hit you with their teeth and claws, and there's a triumph in their attack, then you have to roll a 2 purple, 1 red resilience check. And if you fail, you get infected with it, and you'll feel symptoms within an hour. But none of them hit anybody ever. And I forgot like 1 or 2 rounds they even existed. They were on the combat tracker. All right, so the only like initiative thing still happening is J1's up there. So for now, that's good. We're just let that sit there. So now you guys are here at this camp with the I have his name. Where's he at? The doctor, Cellcast Doctor Wadeso.
Well, and J1 told us what was going on at the ship too, right?
He told you there were some people there to see you, and that was it. He gave you no actual situation information.
Okay. Yeah, then Joval would just go back to helping people.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the ship because I'm like, oh god. Oh, and I
Oh.
have to give somebody their blaster rifle back because I borrowed one down here.
Oh yeah. If you're going back up, then they'll take it back. But if you're going to go into the wilderness, they'd be like, "Yeah, you're going to need it out there." But yeah, if you're going back up,
I'm like, all right, you guys got this. I'll just throw the blaster rifle to somebody and just head back to the ship.
all right. So you're going. Put you over here. To put right here. Everybody else is up here. All right. So you guys came down here to sense force stuff down here.
I'll be right back.
So the Cellcast doctors, well, he's going to be helping you continue to help people, Joval, and he's going to be like, not often we see doctors that actually know how to fight too. It's actually useful on this planet.
Yeah, just had to learn to defend myself.
Anyone wants to make a perception check may.
Do it. Understand.
Like Joval's got the giant perception check.
I
No difficulty.
perceive
No difficulty,
everything.
right? Or a standard.
Oh, why is there so many ranks in your perception, medicine, and your resilience are all at 5 and 6? Those are your vigilance. Things happen in Darren. That can't be right.
I know I did buy ranks, but yeah, that's probably too high. Well, I don't know.
It would cost a lot of XP to get 6 ranks in the skill. That can't be right. You might have 3 or 4. And your resilience, that's a weak one for you to raise. I fixed all these last time, so what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want me to put all the 5s down to 3 and the 6 down to 4? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know where they'd be at. So, how many ranks of athletics would you really put onto Joel?
I don't know. I know I upped it, but
You might have done like 2. That's not even one of your class skills.
yeah.
That's probably supposed to be like 2. Vigilance is probably supposed to be like 2 or 3, depending on how many you put in there. Medicine makes sense, but was it at 5?
No, I don't think so.
That one might be 4. Resilience being at 5 is strange. No one else is fucked up. Where's J1? Only thing J1 has is agility. He has really good rolls for a lot of stupid shit, only because he brute forces it with having high agility.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Let's see, Orin seem alright. He actually uses athletics all the time, so that being at 4 is not strange. Would you coordination is 4. That's odd. But it also makes more sense. Let's see. Darren, you notice the blue Pantoran girls sneaking away from the camp. Now
Blue.
that no one's paying attention to her.
Oh, I was sticking to her. Hold on.
Oh, okay. So
'Cause-
you can roll your perception on her with 1 difficulty because you're like specifically watching her.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, you definitely like see her trying to get away.
little one, stay here.
Oh my god, what response? Alright, she's gonna be like, no, I have to go.
You came into camp followed by rat ghouls. You have to explain yourself. Where did you come from? Where did they come from?
They weren't following me. They just attack here. But some of these
Where'd they come
people
from?
are
Where'd they
sick.
go?
Some of these people are sick, and that means this is not a good place to be.
So where did you come from?
Like I have lived on this planet my whole life.
There's a lot to the planet. Where?
Wherever. And she definitely looks like she just like scavenges. Like she's just dirty.
Okay, so then
Piecing
where
in
are
her
you trying
clothes.
to
She's
go?
not here because this is dangerous.
I would agree, but you can't just go running off.
That's how I've stayed alive so far. So Darren, you were aware of this conversation as well.
Okay.
Guess you got your droids. Joval's doing the doctor thing. Horns on an elevator.
Just get off makes you a little suspicious.
All right, so now
Where she was headed.
there's a big, imposing Syria dude standing over this little girl, and she's just like, now she's uncomfortable. She's like, I live wherever I can. I just keep moving, stay alive.
I know how that lifestyle goes, but it's better with others.
We do here as a point.
Make a negotiation check, and I guess Darren is assisting, so get a boost.
I'm not
And
good
I
at
would say
negotiation.
she's not particularly hostile towards you, so 2 difficulty should be fine. You also have 5 light points.
Yeah, that doesn't really help in an untrained skill.
Oh, if it upgrades, it'll turn a green into a yellow.
What do we have? Oh yeah, we've got a lot. Upgrade. We need 2 difficulty?
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Okay, she's like, fine, I'll stay. But so those sick people are going to turn into some of those things sometime soon.
We're not going to let that happen. We have a really good doctor with us.
All right, well, she's like, well, doctors try all the time, but we'll see. And Orin, it's an uneventful elevator ride. No elevator music.
Wait,
You make
what?
it up. It's an
Oh.
uneventful elevator ride, and there's no elevator music. It's just dead silence, just you.
Just alone
As
with my thoughts.
yeah, as you go up, you get up towards the top, and some stormtroopers stop you, and they got like some doctors on the side, and they're like making sure you are not infected in any way before they let you do anything at all. They are, however, going to want to inspect all your shit, so they make sure there's no contaminants. So you might have to like hide your lightsaber.
I did. It's
Okay.
hidden.
All right. So I'm gonna do a stormtrooper perception check. Give them a setback. Since you hid that bitch and it's small. Well, they got 3 threat and but 2 successes. So I'm gonna say they find it, but they have no fucking idea what it is.
I just look down at the ground. I'm like, I'm really embarrassed. That's for reproductive enhancement.
So the one just drops it, starts wiping his hands on his armor.
I'm so sorry you had to see that. I'm so embarrassed.
He's like, get the hell out of here. Doctor gives you to go ahead, you're good to go. And while that's going on, make a medicine check, Joval. Be 2 difficulty and a challenge die.
A challenge?
Yeah, one of your patients is having
Oh,
severe reaction of some kind, almost
okay.
like a seizure, but they seem to also just be getting a little more violent.
Okay.
All right, you're able to sedate them for now.
Okay.
And the other doctor is having similar issues with a couple of other patients, but he's manages to sedate them as well.
Okay. What does this mean for how they're
Well, the
doing?
doctor could tell you.
That's what I'm asking.
Okay. Okay. He's like, well, the thing is with this disease is sometimes people progress far enough, they become some of those things that just attack the camp. That's one of the reasons why we have so few men here, because some of them have either just been killed by them or came back as them.
Right.
That's all we could really do after a certain point is tell them to leave. Some people up in the upper floors have like a vaccine that might help you not be infected, but we don't have a lot of that down here.
I see. Is it that they normally sell the vaccine and we just can't afford it down here?
Well, as you can imagine, some people just like to keep things for themselves.
Sure.
And there is a limited amount of it. The fact that these people can't afford much.
Right.
Sometimes scavenger shit come down, sent down from by the rich people to get old stuff from the old wars and stuff.
Mm,
This planet used to be absolutely wrecked. A lot of old junk and still usable technology down here. So they like to hoard that stuff for their scavengers.
I see. And what can you tell me about the upper floors or upper levels?
Well, the higher up you go, the more money people have,
Mm-hmm.
the more Imperial troops you find,
Mm,
but the same amount of crime over the most part. It just
Okay.
gets to be a bit more white collar the higher up you go.
Of course. And which are the levels that would have the vaccines?
The highest, definitely, if you can find someone to part with it. But if you pay for it, it's going to cost a lot.
Sure.
I had
Uh,
asked for a few samples. Someone was supposed to be bringing him down, but he hasn't responded to any of my attempts to communicate.
how long ago was that?
About a week.
Okay.
They
And
were
did you
supposed to
send
be
him?
here about a week ago.
Hmm. Did you send him to the highest level, or? I mean, where are these manufactured?
Well, this guy was coming from off-world. This isn't the only place that has rat goals. It's just the most prominent.
Okay.
And he himself is specialized in making medicine, so he made it himself. So he may have just been robbed on the way, so he might not even still be alive.
I see. And he didn't. Did he give you any information on how to make it? If he made it himself, or was that like what he was going to come back with?
Oh, he's going to come back with the medicine, and he probably would have shared his method with me because we've been working together for so long.
Right.
It's very difficult disease to make a vaccine for, so people who already know how to do it are very useful.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that might have kept him alive. If the wrong people got the wind of what he was doing.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you have the
Um,
right equipment, you might be able to synthesize extra if you just get a dose.
I think that I might.
I'd say you already had like the rage adrenaline thing you've already dealt with before.
Yeah.
You make medicines all the time.
Yeah, and I've got the alchemical equipment if I need to dip into
Yeah,
that.
I think you probably could at the ship
Okay.
with everything you got combined. It just might be a little rough. Unless you get
Yeah.
like really good medical facilities, but most likely those are imperial controlled on this planet. And getting access is a whole other thing.
Right. So what other planets have the rat ghouls?
There is an old world that has some on them that I don't even think even the Empire cares about. Sometimes there's some refugees living there, and we stop by. And now as a DM, I have to actually look up. They are most notably known to be on this world. That's where they originated.
Okay, well, let me help you with getting these people just a little bit more comfortable today, and then I'm going to talk to my boss. But I obviously can't make any guarantees or promises, but I want to do what I can.
He's a little.
All right. Well, we'll be doing what I can do down here.
Or could you say that again?
I said I'll be doing what I can do down here.
Of course.
All I can do is keep working. And we'll now put you over to J1. I rolled another D100, I think, but I don't remember what it was anymore.
Fairy type?
Okay. All right, J1. They're making a move.
There's something magical about donuts.
You say they're making a move?
Yes, they're making a move now.
On which door? Can I see?
I have not decided yet.
Okay.
You make a perception check.
Sure.
or rather stealth, so
Okay.
you can like look without getting caught if you succeed.
2 difficulty.
I would say I'm gonna say 3 because now they're like alert and doing a thing. Okay, so you still managed to.
Hell yeah. And I'll boost myself on the next one, and then whoever goes after me.
Okay, so what you hear, Zach, would Vic and Vicky and Nikki have any like communication equipment? I feel like they don't.
I don't think so. One of them had a transmitter on him.
I thought Vicky did at one point.
Not that I have listed.
All right. So, you're managed to like peek over, and you're like right above them, trying to get onto like the main ramp now, Joe.
Main ramp? I
Yeah.
forgot they have stealth.
Super secret time.
They hide out of sight.
Okay.
But looking at their biography thing too, I forgot they have personalities. They are unhinged. So they are ready to strike the moment they walk past the
Yes.
Suddenly, J1 actually likes these droids. Usually, he just hates all the droids in the ship because they're trying to take his thunder. All right, so what you're seeing now, J1, you're able to peek over without anyone somehow scraping against metal. They don't know you're there. And there's 3 people at that door, and they are one is like hacking, slicing into the like pad to get in.
Oh shit.
And
Can I tell they're doing it from inside? Like as Vicky and Icky, can I tell that they are trying to break in?
I think this is pretty silent how this works. So the best that could be done is J1 could say something to like Ven because she has a comm link. But Ven is also going to respond, tell J1 right now that it seems like someone's trying to get in on the cargo side.
Okay. He'll respond and like whisper that it's happening in the front as well.
To the droids?
To both, because they don't really have comm links, so I guess just the people who can hear.
Well, in that case, Zoma's going to tell Vet to go that he can hold here if something happens, and she can go let the droids know to be ready. Z2TI and Dia are going to just hide, I guess.
So how many can I see on my side?
There's 3 where you're at, and no one can see the other ones yet, unless there's like a security camera. Oh, the medical droid's there too, I suppose.
He can't do shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lean over this side since they haven't seen me and just try to just blast him right in the head.
Okay. Is anyone gonna let Orin know this is happening before?
He can hear the comms.
He's on his way.
No. Don't
I said
do
it's a Vic.
How far am I away from the ship?
I would say if we started combat right now, you'd probably only be like 2 rounds away.
Okay, hold. I'm just. Okay, hold off. Don't shoot anybody yet. Somebody just get on the cannons just in case. And J1, you can initiate takeoff sequence and just hover over the
Oh,
the
that would have been
port.
smart. Okay, instead of
I mean,
shooting,
that works. That works,
that's-
but there is also a port authority that's going to wonder what the hell's going on. So we have to worry about that too.
that's fine.
That can go get on a gun.
I'll
actually
sneak
fight
my
the
way
gun.
back in and get to the helmet. Start turning it on.
Okay. I'm gonna do this, but everyone's separated. She's kind of here now. So this kid has no comlink, so he doesn't understand that word. Things are about to get taken off and shit. He's just, well, I'm waiting for people to break in now. Okay, Berengar, Week 2, and Joval. You guys want to do anything while you're at where you're at right now?
So
No, I'm just helping people and then going back to the ship whenever we're
Alright.
ready.
Yeah, I mean, I can go around and fix any droids that might need touching up, but nothing fancy.
Yeah, you can go ahead and help some of their systems out and shit. Make like a couple of mechanics checks. And
can assist with all whatever you done.
Everything is in tip-top shape.
if there's even a triumph in there,
Yep.
there's literally a pile of what looks like just straight rust, and you somehow, in like 10 minutes, shine it up real good and like rebuild a fucking droid.
There was a droid under all that.
Yo, don't you guys have to take your shit around here?
Right.
That could have been something that was there for so many years before they got here. You basically just like Frankenstein a droid back together with whatever parts you can find, and it's just it's not super useful really. For just doing like a few things around the camp, it might be useful, but for your purposes, you could just build a better one.
Yeah.
It is alive.
It's also some really old tech.
So I'm imagining it. I go over to their junk pile and it'd be like, why do you just let your droids fall to pieces like this? And I put a droid back together and they're like, we were just throwing the scrap over there. How did you do that?
There's
an
one dude.
artist
There's
sculpting
one dude from
scrap.
Tatooine. He's like fucking Jawas, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how when people sculpt, or they chip away at a block of marble, they're like they envision the thing inside of the marble. That's
Yep.
that's kind of like what Week 2 does with junk.
I can
It's like,
see the
there's a
droid
droid
in the
that
scrap.
pile. Did it in a cave with a box of scraps.
Yep.
So funny enough, while you're doing all that, it's very interesting for the Pantoran girl, and she actually is able to do a little bit of tinkering herself. So she actually helps you fix some stuff.
Ew.
And all of hers is self-taught. She has no idea what things actually are. And there's that. So if you guys are going back up, she's not comfortable with that.
Come with me if you want to live.
Damn
Just
it.
kidding. Really need to check on the thoughts. Stuff.
All right. So you guys are heading to the elevator, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take a little convincing if you want her to go with you.
How about a best I can do will protect you from the rat ghouls, just like we handled the other ones?
Think I've lived down here my whole life. Never gone up even one level. And so when I hear they don't appreciate people from the lower levels coming up.
Well, we came from the upper levels.
She doesn't seem to even really know about the Empire. She's just always lived on Terrace.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she's going to reluctantly follow.
Cool. Now I don't have to make Dead and Deader grab her.
We'll do
Oh
that.
no.
All right, so you guys are in the elevator. She's definitely like more nervous. And you guys are going up the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So back at the ship. Chris, you can see your ship now. You see three people at like the main on ramp of the ship, and you see a few more about the other side of it. Probably around your cargo bay, like maybe 3 or 4. And they have just opened the door, and you can kind of make out the silhouettes of Icky and Vicky. And
Okay.
Jay, wondering, are you still on top of the ship? Or are you back inside?
No, I'd gone in to try to start it up.
Okay, so the ship is starting up at this moment as well.
Okay. Oh, I need to sprint over there. Do the figures look like they're there in any official capacity, or are they just like?
They are definitely not workers of the port. You definitely recognize them as the people who attacked you guys in Hoth that worked for that Zabrak fellow that shot your ship before.
Uh,
The ones
God.
where you and Darren ran into their ship and did some Jedi crazy shit and blew up their
Oh.
engine.
Oh yes.
It's those guys.
Oh.
It's some of them. Obviously,
Okay,
some didn't make
cool.
it.
So I'm just gonna go to comms. Hey, so the main ramp has guys on it. Close that section off and go to orbit.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, make sure Icky and Vicky make it back inside too, or jump onto the ground or something before you close off that section and then leave with those guys in tow to orbit.
They should be inside the ship.
Okay. Then get them out of whatever room, I forget what room the ramp connects to.
Mm-hmm.
Have them
all right,
leave.
so it's like a airlock's not the right word, but it fits the purposes. It's a small room where the ramp goes out of from the floor that
Okay,
connects
yeah.
to a hallway.
Have them leave that, lock it down, and take these stupid idiots to orbit.
How about the second one that aren't on a ramp?
They haven't made it in, right?
No,
Cool. Take them all to orbit.
because if they did,
Well, I think
your
so. Like the ones that are,
Padawan guy would have been like fighting them already.
yeah, the ones that are like almost in aren't fully in the ship yet, and the other ones aren't even on it. Correct? That's how this is set up.
Yeah, they're still trying to like brute force their way into the cargo bay. These guys did it sneaky. On the other side, though, they really couldn't do that.
Okay. Can I
Yeah.
start the ship? Try to lift it up a little bit.
Yeah, at this point, the ship is starting, so you could start lifting
Okay.
off.
Yeah, you could.
And then can I? So like, there's no feet on it. I can like lift those up like the landing gear, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna drop it back down on top of them.
Oh.
And then Orin's gonna cringe because you just damaged his baby.
Only a little. If it could...
The options are squish them all like bugs, or take the idiots that decide to stay on all the way out into orbit where they're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, I didn't want like the police chasing after us if I lifted off and like didn't calm in and all that shit. So I thought it would be better to just like tip it over.
So I'm gonna say that there's some getting on the boarding ramp. So the ones trying to get into the cargo bay, I'll let you squish them.
Anything that gets to the top of the ramp, Icky and Vicky are jumping.
Well,
There's also a bomb there.
There's an improvised explosive.
Well, okay. After the bomb, anyone that gets past that, they're jumping.
Okay. God damn it. Okay. So that's what. Okay, that works. We find the Womp Rat. I'm gonna give it 1 hull trauma because you did a little bit of damage to it. Scratch
Rip.
the paint.
My baby.
That'll buff out.
Yep.
The blood is just the juice that keeps it running.
Alright, so headers for like pseudo soldier dudes that are just now beneath the cargo bay. And the other ones like are falling. One of them falls into the explosive. What kind of damage is this supposed to do?
I think it does 6 total because it's my mechanics. Oh, to twice the ranks of mechanics now. So I get my intelligence, twice the ranks of mechanics plus 1. So 3 plus 6, so 9.
Okay. I'm going to say that the guy who trips into it is done. It just gets blown out. And the other guys like are now contending with Vicky and Vicky. So one for each.
I'm just watching an explosion happen on my ship.
Yeah. You see the ship lift over, it tilts a little bit to its left and then falls that way.
And then explodes.
Mhm.
Kills like the guys on that side, and then there's like an extension on the on ramp. One dude falls out, and the other two are now fighting a couple of droids. There's just damage in their ship. I'm gonna put this here so I can keep track of it. So
I just gotta make sure week 2 has a job.
I'll put it up to 2 trauma since there's an explosion on the inside as well. So yep. So now Oren's there, watching his ship just explode and fall.
I get on the comms. Oh no, they blew something up.
I mean, I know my ship well enough, Mike. Does that look like that's what happened?
I think it's more about how well you know G1.
I just get on comms very calmly. We'll discuss this later.
Yeah,
And
and
I need to sprint to my ship.
yeah, I'm
All
also
right,
gonna make
so-
my way toward the combat.
So what was that?
I'm gonna make my way toward the combat as well from inside.
Let's see.
I mean, no, you're on a roll there, using my ship like a whack-a-mole mallet. I don't.
It didn't work on these ones.
I'm gonna do this. Damn it. I need what damage me. All right, so you make your way to the front of the ship, or the on ramp. You see Oren in the background running up, and
Ooh.
Iggy and Vicky are fighting two guys, and the one that was slicing into the panel is like on the ground outside smoking. Scorch marks all up in this room. Luckily, there's no important equipment there aside from the door.
We don't need that.
Well, you don't.
Yeah, I don't need air.
So that combat is happening. I'm not going to do a whole combat for it. The rest of you on the elevator. You get up a couple of levels, and there's like checkpoints as you go. Warren made it through pretty easily because he came from the top in the first place, and it was just him by himself. Takes you guys a little bit longer, especially since you brought extra cargo.
I'll just get on comms and be like, "Hey, Berengar, if they find your lightsaber, tell them it's a reproductive enhancement device and look really ashamed."
Excuse, young sir.
They may not believe it at his age.
Or they might, because he is the type of age that needs enhancement.
Oh, greedy.
Oh, rip.
If Joval can hear this, he's definitely taking some drinks from his flask.
And being so happy he never built a lightsaber with everybody's help.
Yeah.
So as you're going up the elevator, you guys are waiting at one of the first checkpoints. They mostly wave you guys through because you came through before, but when they get to the girl, they just kind of look at her. But you're still like in the slummy kind of area, so they're kind of like, don't cause any trouble. And they let her through. And she does go up to you, Joval, and she asks you what you are, and if you know the other one that came to this planet the other day, like your race.
Oh, so I'm a Nautilin. I would need some more details to know if I know any others that have visited. Can you explain anything about them?
Well, she was really mean. She had like yellow skin instead of your color. And she gives you a few more details. It sounds like the girl that tried to kill you on Kashyyyk that Farragar saved you from.
Oh.
Mm.
I don't think I know them personally. What did they do while they were here?
Yelled at some people, and they went off to like the junky wilderness looking for
Yeah.
something.
Do you know what they were yelling about?
Just in general, they were very mean.
Oh, okay. Did they say anything about what they were looking for out in the wilderness?
I didn't hear that, but I kind of know where they went.
Okay,
There's like an old place, and some of the more dangerous monsters come from there.
I see. And you said this was yesterday?
Did I say yesterday?
Or was it last week? I don't remember.
I might have said yesterday or the other day or whatever. Like, definitely, they haven't been here very long.
hmm
They just got here like before you guys, probably just a day or two. Is what it sounds like.
Okay. So have you seen them come back? Did they like go and leave already?
No, they're still down there. I think. I mean, I kind of just went and did my own thing, so
Sure.
I might just missed it.
I don't think you miss much.
Beauregard, you remember that day
Mm-hmm. Do remember that day.
because that was the first time Joval ever saw you.
Yep.
So Joval just kind of like glances meaningfully at Berengar.
Beauregard's gotten a better look at her than any of you have, having actually fought her. So
hmm
Mm.
we never actually
Great.
talked about that fight before, Darren. You use your sword all the time, but you had to actually use your lightsaber for that fight because she's actually trained to fight,
Yeah.
and she's a dark side user and everything.
So this person is here. Yay.
Joval drinks more.
All right, so so it takes some negotiation on your guys' part to get her all the way to the top.
hmm
So you guys get stopped. Everyone gets checked medically. The droids get scanned to make sure they're not contaminated anyway. They want to do like a body sweep of you guys. No, she doesn't have much on her. She basically has clothes and like a water skin, and that's about it. Does anyone have any restricted equipment aside from the lightsaber?
Equipment, no.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think my
Mhm.
swords are good.
Oh, your synthetic standard neuroparalytic and neurotoxin rarity 6 restricted.
Oh, so they are. Yeah, I guess they would be in the physician's kit though.
You could probably roleplay that away. It makes sense that you would have stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're aware of rat ghouls, so if you had neuroparalytics and neurotoxins and shit, that makes sense. You could probably use that to sedate people and shit. So I'm gonna say you could probably get away with that.
Yep, purely for
For
doctoring.
Darren, it's just his lightsaber. Your sword is technically, but you can probably explain that away. Armored robes are restricted for some reason.
I don't think my robes are restricted.
They are. I don't know why.
The plates being in it would be why.
Mm.
If it's actually supposed to be armored.
Yeah, that's kind of like the robes you would see like Jedi Knights wearing if they went to war. They'd have like in like the video games, it has like the actual armor built into the robes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yep, no one can have armor but the Empire, so it's restricted.
Fair enough. Just take your guns. They take your armor. Then your life.
Well, I mean, you guys are just gonna have to role play through it with the fact that you had to go fight rat ghouls and you came from the bottom.
Yeah.
And you went down fine, so it should be fine. You just
Yep.
have to hide your, you just have to keep hide your lightsaber.
That's fair.
So make a. I'm gonna make a check actually, not you.
Okay.
With a setback. Raise the difficulty because you're dealing with a lot of people. They succeed, but with one threat. And they have to deal with the kid. So I'm gonna let you get away with the lightsaber. They really don't want to let the kid in, so you're gonna have to either send her back down or convince them.
See, I don't have them convince people. That's not that I've heard of. Where'd my do? Yeah, I don't have anything for those. I don't think so.
It doesn't have to be a roll. I can ask for a roll depending on what you guys do or say, but just some kind of talking your way through so the kid can go with you. While that's going on, you guys defeat the two dudes at the ship, and now Or is face to face with Icky and Vicky, who just beat the crap out of a couple of dudes. J1, who just blew up the door of your ship, essentially. It's not so damaged it can't be used. It's just there's definitely like scorch marks and stuff.
Yeah, what other enemies are around the like where I show up?
It seems that the ones that were there at the moment were around the ship trying to get into it. So it's possible someone might already know what happened, but you have no way of really knowing that. But you can't see any immediately.
I'm gonna try and like, hey, you guys need to knock it off. Someone's on the cannon, ready to shoot you. So if you want to keep all your bits intact, I suggest you leave immediately.
Well, if the turret spins a little bit, and then you don't hear any response or see anything move. Of course, at this point, a regular person who just works at the faceport is running up like, "What the hell's going on?"
Like, oh, these dum-dums over here were trying to break into my ship. I'd be like, look what they did to my entryway. Like it's all scorched and shit. So I'm like,
Dude comes up, he puts on like his little glasses. He's like, "I know who these guys are. They were here just the other day." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna let their people know, and we're gonna get the stormtroopers in here to investigate this and shit."
yes, please. I would like to press charges on these Oh, these fools.
All right, so he just says, "Okay, yeah. So, give me some contact information." He hands you a data pad to type into.
I don't know. Do we touch data pads like boop boop or like?
No, he wants you to
Just
type
the
into his
ports.
data pad. And he's then he goes through like a bunch of other like documentation, like absolving them of liability and everything else, like the spaceport.
Mhm.
And then it's like it takes longer than it was supposed to, as far as you're concerned. Like this should have been a lot easier to get through. That's all this paperwork.
Mhm.
Do you use an alias or anything?
Yes.
What will this alias be?
The alias is simply Tom Tom.
God damn it. You're like, well, it's a weird name, but okay. He goes off, and after a few minutes, you guys will probably be back at the ship when it starts. Some stormtroopers will come out and they'll start being shitty stormtroopers that don't actually know how to investigate a crime scene, as you would expect. So, right, I'll just say you guys get to the top and make your way towards the ship. So while they're doing that, what are you guys doing at the ship?
Oh, I'm just waiting outside. I'm waiting for these stormtroopers to show up so I can file a report.
So someone comes to like the door where you guys are at, the Cathar kid. He's like, "What the hell happened? The ship like picked up and like fell."
I just
Beth
look
did
over
it.
my shoulder and I say, "Ask the Tin Man."
J1 looks over his shoulder for whoever you might be talking about.
I'm gonna hear about dropping the ship and freak out and oh no, what have you done to it? I'll run outside and figure
There's
out.
just a Jawa racing down the street
Yeah,
with a couple of shitty combat droids behind him. So now, so basically these two are part way, and you guys are up here on your way towards the ship.
I'm hiding my gun somewhere so that the stormtroopers don't see my restricted weapon.
I mean, this is a smuggler ship. If you guys really need to like hide some shit real quick,
Yeah.
there's compartments.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just find one that I know about and put it in. It's the safe in the captain's quarters. I use it all the
have I
time.
not given you a hidden compartment yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, like on this
I
person? No, I don't think
yeah,
we talked about that.
I can do that to droids. So you could store
Can it fit
the
a whole long
blaster
rifle
in
in
there.
it?
Yeah,
It
and
says it's well. What's the I forget what they call it. What's the size on it?
The encumbrance
I
on
think
it.
it's a
Yeah.
large. One second.
Its
Encumbrance is
is 5.
5. Okay. Give me a minute. I have to figure out what the limitations on it are. But you can continue. That'll be for later.
Yeah. So. So yeah, so it was just like, what the hell fuck happened to the ship? That comes over to Cobb. You want me to stay in the gun or what's happening?
no, you can come out of the gun. Well, no, stay there.
How do you feel about the police? That answers the question.
Yeah, she's like, all right, I'll just stay here.
Oh, and somebody put George somewhere.
Okay, Z2TI is going to be like, you can put him in the captain's quarters if you want.
yes, and stay with him. Make sure he doesn't. Take the janitorial bot in there with you.
It's like that roof when he goes pick up dog poop and it just smears it across the whole house.
Oh. No.
Alright, that'll be terrible. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. C2TI is gonna lock him in there with the Roomba droid.
Yep, and he has to lock the door behind him too. So
Yeah, he has like the standing orders kind of thing with
Okay.
that. He just does what he does. There is a moment where something in your safe feels like the object feels like it's delighted to be on this planet.
that it's doing what?
One of the objects in your safe feels like it's delighted to be on this planet.
Oh, cool.
And like all of you that are force sensitive can kind of feel that right now. It's stronger for Orin and Zoma because they're right at the ship than it is from you the inner two, but you guys definitely do feel it.
I'm gonna send the kid out to go meet with Joval and Berengar, and I'd be like, "Hey, tell them keep their distance from the ship."
All right. Well, he grabs a cloak and
Did
he's like, "Should I leave my weapon here just in case, or should I just hide it on the person?"
Here, I'll hold on to it.
All right.
And I'll tuck it away in my reproductive enhancement pouch, I guess.
So you have two lightsabers. He has none. That's weird. If I drop a weapon into his inventory, it adds it. If I pull one out, it just copies it and puts it in your inventory.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, I can put his, I can put both lightsabers or I'll put his into like one of the smuggling compartments real quick.
Okay. Do that. Okay. All right. So he's gonna run out, and he meets you guys like partway.
Real quick.
Wait till you pass him on your way.
Wait, them leaving as I'm going back?
Zoma here runs past you, looking for Joval and Berengar from the ship as you're coming to the ship.
Okay, yeah, I have zero interest in the kid.
Okay, so just letting you know what happened.
Okay. Hidden storage. It is encumbrance equal to ranks in hidden storage, which I only have one, so your gun wouldn't fit. But also it says size of the compartment is proportional to the size of the vehicle or droid in question. Most humanoid droids can only hold items equivalent in size to a one-handed weapon, but I think the rifle is a long rifle, correct?
Yeah,
I think
it's like
so.
a full-on
It's not
assault
like
rifle.
it's not a sniper, but it's like a assault size. A long
Yeah.
gun.
It's a heavy
So I don't
range
think
weapon, so yeah.
that would not fit inside you.
You could hide a glop grenade in there and hope it
You
doesn't go
don't
off on
know
you.
how good I am at getting things inside me. Joke's on you.
questions now?
What?
You just turn into the rifle case. You just open up and
Yeah.
I
runs
was
holding
going to
gun
go
out
more
of you.
towards the direction that he's a sex bot, but okay.
What?
Just bend over and shove it in.
That took a turn.
I mean, his comm link is already on his crotch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
For money, maybe.
J1 will do anything for money. Anything gets him closer to his casino ship.
Yeah.
All right, so week 2 shows up. About this time, stormtroopers are showing up as well. They're like, "Who's a Jawa?" Talking to you, Orin.
No, he's my engineer.
Oh, all right, carry him. And he lets you and your droids through. So yeah, there's sort of stormtroopers, like one's talking to Orin and asking him what happened, and Orin's giving him whatever he's giving him. And they're looking around and stuff, and also the ship is not actually on its landing gear, it's just on the ground still.
Hmm.
So
Major
them's
problems when I
one of them's
approach.
like, I think you need to train your pilot. Like, that's not how you land a ship.
Need to fire the pilot is what we need to do. What did he do?
This guy doesn't understand Jawa. He just hears a Jawa freaking out.
Yeah.
I just nod my head over at week 2's direction.
Cat, if you don't leave me the fuck alone.
I'm just gonna tell them, yeah, I think the pilot panicked because these guys were trying to break into my ship.
Alright, we found like 4 dead ones over here. They got squished. No, there's like a whole thing there. They gotta get the bodies out. So that takes them like maybe an hour of all of questioning and looking around, and
I assume, like, yeah, I could just lift up the ship, put the landing gear back down, and they can clear out the bodies.
yeah, you're gonna have to.
The leg's just a little off, catches one of them, squishes it a little more.
It'll be a lot harder to get that out. Gotta clean the fuck out of ship now. Cat, leave me the fuck alone.
We don't have enough Roomba droids for this.
We need an outside Roomba droid.
Probably
We need a heavy duty power washer droid.
Hmm.
How do I bring it over, you dumbass? Alright. So about this time, week 2, I assume you're gonna start taking a look at the ship.
Hmm.
Are you doing anything with your droids in the meantime? Like
Checking
if you
in
have
with,
minor scrapes, but they're not really.
yeah, I was gonna say just check in with them to make sure they're at this point just in functional order.
Yeah, they're good to go. They're minor damage, if any.
Yeah. Ship's the priority right now.
All right, that's still in the gun, I guess. Dia's like, why did I leave Ryloth? Yeah. I don't know what Orin's doing. Stormtroopers finish up with you. They walk away. Zoa runs up to you guys. Faye kind of hides behind you because she's just a random person running up, and he tells you guys that he says Mr. Orin, but fair guy, you almost recognize he almost called him Master Orin because you guys have been teaching him. he says not to go up towards the ship right now.
Yeah, what was that last part?
He says no, don't go towards the ship right now. That's what
Okay.
that's what he's telling you. Orin said that.
Okay.
Although I guess Orin could have just calmed you guys, but it's fine.
I didn't want you because I didn't know how close the stormtroopers were. So. Plus, it also gets him away from the ship in case he gets influenced.
Now everybody on the ship has been taught by the Lost Mystic to help protect themselves from that. So it would be harder if it actually tried.
So Joval's like, you don't gotta tell me twice. I'll see you gentlemen later. And he's going to wander off. To some bars. But I do want to try and do some reconnaissance on like the vaccines and facilities and stuff. Under the guise of drinking.
Alright. Oh, he's making me a bar hopping check.
Okay.
I
I would like
Did you
to
say
avoid ones.
hopping check?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to avoid ones that are stormtrooper heavy and go for more of like the local scene.
You probably won't
Sure.
find many of those because it's going to be a lot of like they're on duty. They can't do that shit. Generally, people don't like them
Yeah.
because they work for the man.
Right.
I guess give me a resilience check, and we'll see how many bars you get through before you know that you're going to be too far gone.
Yeah, standard difficulty.
Yeah, we'll just do that. You have no idea what you just drank, but the first drink you get is horrible.
Oof.
Poison.
And there's like a big what's fucking face? It's like the guy that Obi-Wan talks to that tells him about the Kaminoans. At like that cafe that he visits
Kaminoan.
randomly. I forget the guy's
Oh,
name,
yeah,
I forget
him.
the guy's race. It's like one of those. He starts laughing because you can't hold the liquor that they're drinking there.
Okay.
Not in like a antagonistic way, just he's amused.
Yeah, yeah. Joval just kind of laughs with them at himself. He's not above doing that.
Alright, so you're drinking and doing your thing. Darren, are you gonna do anything cool with the kid or well the kids? Because you have both of them with you now. Joval just fucking left you to deal with the kid.
I have no.
Last time you had
Cool.
to deal with the kid, it was Orin.
He's a
And that
basilisk.
Well, yeah, no idea what I'm gonna do. Oh no.
Like, just treat him like you treated me when I was a kid, and don't worry about the clone troopers shooting the shit out of you. It's all good.
Okay.
well, you could do it with one of those kids, I guess, if you want to just openly train him as a Jedi.
Yeah. Nelly Bean, what are you doing?
So,
I'm
Joval
hungry,
ran
I'm
off to the
dead.
bar. I'll put you here.
I'm
You
just
two are
I'm
just
I'm babysitting.
okay. So you're just gonna wander around with the kids.
Yep. That's
Do
what
some sightseeing. All right,
keep them safe.
J1 Orin, what are you guys up to right now? There's not a lot of damages for week 2 to repair. It's mostly like cosmetic shit on the outside as far as scrapes go. Now you might have to do some real repair in like the on ramp, and you do see signs of like tampering where they sliced into the console there and got the door open.
Yeah, first I'm gonna go inside, make sure everyone is fine, and then I'm gonna talk to week 2 and J1.
All right. So the other person in there is there's George, R2's your Z2 Ti guy, and Dia, because everyone else is invent. The shit isn't done. So they all seem fine. No one got damaged. No one got on board. So then, I don't know what part of the ship you want to go to have your conversation, but
Well, I'm just gonna go talk to week 2 first, so we can assess damages.
okay. Is J1 going to do anything during this period of time?
How similar was Orin's tone to the time that he broke my sign?
The question for Chris, I guess.
Almost spot on.
Okay, J1's gonna leave the ship and go on an adventure.
Fucking leave. All right, make a perception check.
Me?
Yeah, but
Yeah, you.
Meg's over here somewhere. I think.
I rolled a d2. I got a 1. You succeeded. You found Joval at a bar. You got a 2. You would have found Berengar and the kids. Kids is
Oh.
one thing. Like,
I'll ask Joval if he wants company.
Yeah, I mean, we got company here. Why not more?
And then I'm just gonna
All
sit
right.
down and nervously twitch.
all right. Week 2 in Orin.
Hmm.
Okay,
So,
so how bad is it?
I don't know, DM. How bad is it?
it's not that bad. Find a cargo bay, some cosmetic damage, little bit of hull damage, easy to fix. And at the door, you found tampering of evidence of tampering,
say
so
they-
someone sliced into it.
Slicing into the door, heathens.
When I say slice, I mean like computer hacking, Star Wars terms.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
But that it does physical damage to the computer systems when you do it.
Yeah.
You can tell someone has sliced something.
So that's what you found.
Overall, not terrible. But still. What the fuck?
Is it something you can repair, or do I need to like pay like a bunch of pit droids to come in and
Me fixing all of it would just take time. Pit crew would have it done in a day. Probably hours at most.
yeah, but it wouldn't cost as much.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can just do whatever you can, and if you think it's going to take too much time, I'll hire a pit crew to do it. So, and I'm gonna have to go collect the funds from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
The funds. Oh,
All right.
The fungibles.
And then I'm gonna look on the ship for J1.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is that rat bastard?
He is
In the
not on
meantime,
ship.
I'm giving all of my credits to Joval. Like, hold these, just in case.
Okay. Joval pockets the credits.
That's very uncharacteristic of J1, but you're also drunk.
He broke
Yeah.
his sign last time. I don't trust this dude. He's crazy.
Woo.
So yeah, you get 3,543 credits.
Just exchanging a massive amount of credits in the open at a bar.
Seems like a bad idea. I'll order a round of drinks for like the people I was interacting with earlier,
Okay.
just to try and distract them and
It's
start
just like
asking them. Huh?
They're just like that. They all share one brain cell. They're so drunk. Like,
Yeah.
yay. Like, cheer.
Yeah. And then I'll just start asking them questions like how long they've been here, if they know anything about like what's in the city, or if they've heard any rumors about the disease, just like kind of probing for information.
Well, a guy that laughed at you at first, he's like, everybody who lives on Terrace knows about that rat cool plague.
Mm-hmm.
They plague the lower levels. Problem is, there's not much that can be done about it. There's some weird rumors about it, though. Weird, like, witch doctor-y, superstitious stuff.
Oh, what kind of rumors? I mean,
Stories that have been probably worked over time for thousands of years on this planet. Of how some crazed shaman or something made the rat cool plague back in ancient times.
like they cursed them. Well, you say there's nothing that can be done, but I've heard people talk about a vaccine.
Yeah, but getting a hold of it, if you're already infected, doesn't really do much for you. It helps the people who go down there looking for stuff.
I see.
And some people are hardy and they manage to stay safe without it. But not everybody's that lucky.
That seems risky.
Yep.
Have y'all ever been
So
down there?
I got no reason to go down there. I go down a couple of levels for work, but that's about it.
Ah. See. What kind of work do you do?
I'm the foreman of a sewage plant.
That is
So as you
honorable
can
work.
imagine, a planet that's practically a mini Coruscant has a lot of plumbing.
Yeah. That is very necessary work. And Joval vaguely remembers the one time we were in the sewers and kind of shudders a little.
Oh, the one on Kashyyyk.
Yeah.
A lot of throwbacks to Kashyyyk this episode.
Yeah.
All the bad times for Joval.
That's why he's at the bar right now.
If you're looking for a vaccine, good luck. I think it's
Well,
this vaccine's drink.
So people pay scavengers to go down there. So I just need to find someone who's hiring, right?
He goes, yeah, you could do that. Be probably be careful though, because it's a lot of shady business usually.
Right.
So
Well, it was a lovely chat. I think I'm gonna check out what other bars this wondrous place has to offer.
he's like, I recommend you go to Old Billy's a couple streets down. Nice old fashioned human bar.
I'll check it out. J1, you coming?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys walk. Darren, do anything with these kids before we go to Orange freaking out trying to find Orange so we can yell at him.
Sure, we'll go. I don't know.
So Soma's
Cute.
like 12 or 13, and the other girl is like 8, 9, but like she's had to grow up on her own practically, so she might as well be like she's 13 mentally. She's just had to survive.
Yeah. I don't know. Do I gotta ask to buy food for 'em? Go get
I
food.
mean, if you have food money on you, sure. Yeah,
Sure.
800 credits is more than enough to just buy some meals.
Yeah.
All
Go
right,
down.
so
Go get some kids.
find. So there's restaurants. There's like a cafe. There's like those like stands where you just sit on like at like the counter and it's still out in the open air, like the ramen place from Naruto.
That's the new kid. Where she was.
He's like, I don't know what's up here. I've never seen this shit before.
Well, looks good.
Anything edible,
All right.
like choice browsers. She can't make a decision. You have to make a decision.
All right. Let's go to the standard. Okay.
All right. All right. Someone's gonna ask you who this girl is, like in a whisper. Turn.
Because she is.
Yeah, he doesn't know who she is. He's asking you, and he's whispering.
Oh.
So she doesn't
Oh.
hear.
She was down on the lower areas, and we rescued her from that bad place. She's very reluctant to join us, though. Surviving down there with all the things. But hopefully she's a friend.
Sounds like she might be able to guide you guys down there if you go back.
What? Hey,
So it sounds like she might be able to guide you guys down there if you go back.
she might. Look at that. I'll have to remember that. We also think about her safety.
And then
Even though
Orin's
she's been
looking
down
for
there.
J1. So Darren's playing grandpa and feeding some kids.
That's what I did.
And Orin's looking for J1, who's not on the ship at all.
Yeah, I'll give it like half an hour or so before I start reaching out. I'll just broadcast over all comms for us and just like, J1, please come back to the ship.
I was hoping you were going to put that initial sigh over the comms.
I did.
J1's is very distinctly muted.
So
Okay, does
Joval,
anyone have eyes on J1?
hey, he's with me at insert bar here.
You
Okay, I'll be
son of
there
a
in, like-
bitch.
I'll be there in like 10.
Cool, because we got some stuff to talk about.
Alright, cool.
Cool.
We are not friends. And J1 walks
Darren,
out.
Darren, you
Wait,
hear that conversation.
your money.
You want to start working on the ship?
Hey, what?
Okay. You hear the conversation about J1 and Joval and Orin and that. You hear that.
Okay.
Okay, so you start working the ship. That helps where she cans. Dia makes you muddy coffee, or however you like it, as the Java.
Sandy coffee.
She just makes it grainy. Puts some of the grounds in there for you.
Mhm.
Oh,
The room droid keeps trying to clean up and around you when you're trying to work.
But I'm using all that.
That's like he was trying and you shoo it away.
Hmm.
So there's that. That has the most minorest of skills in about everything you guys do around the ship because everyone taught her that like first day. All right. So, Orin, you make your way to the bar. Is J1 still there?
No, J1 tried to sneak out. Well, he said Joval, we aren't friends anymore, then left, and is trying to sneak back to the ship, making sure he takes like back alleys in case Orin's there.
So Joval did try and yell at him about the money.
Yeah, he was
So
too
he's
scared and
gone.
ran away.
Okay.
There's a problem with having given a droid actual emotions.
It's perfect.
I've owned two things, and Orin's broken both of them, I'm pretty sure, so...
That was fine.
Yeah, the only other thing I own is a
What
gun.
about his heart? What about his heart?
You broke that.
I didn't break his gun. Somebody else did. That was during a fight because you targeted it.
Yeah.
I blame Orin.
I mean, I'm not going to blow up the gun we needed.
All right. Darren, you do anything about the conversation thing? Or J1,
I guess I will say
make,
like, oh, he's leaving.
make a stealth check. And the difficulty is going to be the number of successes that Orin gets on a perception check.
Wait, for what
I'm
now?
gonna use a light side point.
Hold on. I got to deal with Chris's thing first. You need to make a perception check, Chris.
Okay.
Since he is using back alleys and you're not familiar with the city, I'm going to make it 3 difficulty. And
Oh,
whatever successes you get is going to be the difficulty of his stealth check. Minimum of 1. Yeah, you got 2. So, 2 difficulty stealth check for J1.
I'm still using the light point because I already flipped it.
You succeeded.
And I'll boost my next roll.
He's gonna waste all your life side points just dodging Chris. All right, so you make it to Joval, Orin. It's just Joval. J1's gone.
Okay.
Joval has a lot more money than he did before.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna put my head in my hand for a minute, just like,
I'll like gently pat his shoulder.
You're like, yeah. So I don't know how much the repairs are gonna cost if week 2 doesn't have the time to do it, but Joe Ball's gonna have to owe me for like the repairs because
Me,
he.
J1.
I was like, I don't know if you saw what happened, but he like messed up some of the landing gear, like landed the ship without landing gear, blew up the entryway, and the ramp is all messed up.
That's. I mean, I have J1's money, so like, it can be paid for if you need. I don't know why he gave me his money.
Well, let's calm over and ask week 2 what about the cost would be. So I'll do that
How much money was it you gave to Joval?
I believe 3,543. I think.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down. I didn't put it on my character sheet. I just have it in like my one.
I didn't think I gave it to a rat
I just
though.
want to make sure. I just wanted to make sure because you didn't have it in your thing, and he took it off of his sheet.
Yeah, I put it on my biography as a note.
Okay. For the first time, this kid is acting like a kid, and she loves the food, and she wants more.
Buy her. Know how much afterwards?
I don't know, probably not that much. Like 20 credits tops.
Okay.
If you like go with something expensive or eat the fuckload of food. Your old man constitution probably can't handle that much food.
Fair enough.
Even though it can handle being smacked around by a rancor.
Yep.
At least somewhat. So if someone's gonna say maybe we should contact Orin and see if we should come back to the ship or what we should be doing, where we should be going. And did you feel that weird thing at the ship?
Yeah, we could probably hold a team meeting, but I need to get week 2 on a private chat here so we can determine the cost so I know what to take out of Joval's money he left with, or sorry, J1's money he left with Joval.
Okay.
You know, boss man, you could just take it all. No one would know.
I'm not gonna take it all.
You're a good person.
Joval's clearly insanely drunk. All right, so week 2, it's really not super costly. The worst thing would be fixing the like on ramp for the normal person entry. So I don't know. If you go through like pit crew and stuff, they'll, like any good mechanic, they will overcharge you for certain things. Well, that might come up to like
Oh, of
500
course.
credits.
Yeah, how many credits?
Like 500 credits.
Okay, so
You got that
week
covered,
2
right, boss?
What?
You got that covered, right, boss?
Yeah, I'll just look at Joval. Okay, give me 1,500.
Joval passes 1,500 over.
So I'll take 1,500 off of your money note of what you gave to Joval.
So
And Orin has an extra 1,500 credits.
Yep, now I'm not even mad at J1. Everything's hunky dory now.
Let him know. Maybe he'll come home.
Yeah, I'll just go over comms like, hey, J1 thought about it. Yeah, we're square. You were just trying to protect the ship. I get it. It's fine.
Find out J1 is really close to the ship again, so you do what you want with that information. You did tell everybody about the team meeting thing that you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so Berengar, you can start heading back towards the ship with
Oh,
the young ones.
it's your belly little kiddos. Like me and my own kid.
When you get to the ship, is everybody getting on the ship?
I would advise people not get on the ship because I don't know if it's gonna pull anyone to. I mean, I know everyone's been trained to like resist it, but
Okay, so you're just going to talk outside the ship. And do you want everybody out there?
no, like Vet and Dia can chill in there, and I get the kids should probably stay outside though. Well, no, because they'll have no way to get into the door. Yeah, it's fine. The kids can go in there.
Okay, so they're going to go inside.
Trade off babysitting duties.
Hmm.
Where J1's at. But I'm gonna guess you're just in the crew again.
Yeah, I'm just at the ship. Cautiously. Waiting until there's a group of witnesses.
So, so we'll start with okay. First of all, the ship was attacked. J1, thanks to your quick thinking and disobeying my orders, you you got rid of 4 of them. So good job. Kudos there. Yeah. So what? One of the toys in the safe was reacting to being here. That's why most of us aren't on the ship right now, because it may be dangerous. So, ideas, thoughts, comments, concerns.
Many. Kashyyyk lady is here in the wilds. And upper assholes. Joval like lowers his voice really low for this part. Are withholding vaccines from the lower people, so we need to help them. And if we expedition to the wilds where Crazy Lady is, we might get vaccine if the right people back us.
The right people being
Rich assholes.
So we might have to schmooze.
Yes.
Okay. Do we know
Heist.
anybody that can
Heist, schmooze, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, do we know anybody on the ground floor that can get us around if we need to search and stuff or like expedition ourselves?
The one kid and I made doctor friends.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess first step we'll try and do some networking with some rich folk and get that sorted. Right now I think week 2 is trying to do what repairs he can on the ship. And yeah, anything else?
Do you think the toy is reacting because Crazy Lady is here, or because of something on the planet?
It might. I don't. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't want to probe it to figure that out. So
You do also remember Joval, that guy telling that old story about everyone thinks the rat ghouls came from some crazy old shaman or something, some deranged guy made the plague.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll mention that also. I mean, I
And
don't think...
and that one doctor did tell you that this planet was the origin of the Rackle plague.
Okay. So could be related, don't know. Also don't really want to confront Crazy Lady, just wanted you to know she's here.
Okay. I think for the meantime, J1, if you're okay with it, we'll place. Do you have a small compartment we could hide the toy in on your person,
Nope.
so like no organic has to come into contact with this thing?
Well,
Nope.
Not
we
yet.
yeah.
Not yet. Does week 2 have time to make a compartment for that? Again, if J1 is okay with it, I don't want to just be putting holes in droids if they don't want them.
I'd prefer not to.
Okay. So maybe Vicky, Icky, Deader, Deader.
Yeah, we
That
can
does
put
bring up a good
them.
point. You guys have like the handful of droids that you can just make into walking smuggler compartments.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the safest place for anything would be, as far as droids go, on J1.
Yep.
Well, then
But I'm
J1
not
would
gonna
also
force him
have.
to. I'm not gonna force him to hold it if he doesn't want to, so that's fine. And yeah, I guess that's all I have. So let's get out there and make some rich friends.
About what
Right.
time of day would it be? What time of day would it be right now? Probably really early afternoon. A lot happened in a day. They landed, you went down, and then fighting Rackles, came back up. Yeah, it's probably like early afternoon. Um, I'm thinking I like to play longer, but I'm thinking call it here so I can do more shit.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The next game should be on the 10th.
Yep. For us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have nothing planned so far.
We'll find out if I do or don't.
Yeah, since Darren's got shit going on.
Holidays, yeah, that makes sense.
Plus two sister birthdays in 1 month as well.
Oh,
Serena and Kayla's birthdays are both in December.
gotcha.
Busy.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay, well, they plan out the end of the next stream here. I'm gonna call for the night. Thanks for coming out and watching. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I think tomorrow we'll be back for the other Dungeons and Dragons campaign for Curse of Strahd. So, yeah. Have a good night. Bye. Since we did no outro, we're not gonna do no intro. We're not gonna do an outro. See you later, Grand. Yeah. I'll look into the quotes. I can't really. It's set up like a default. So yeah, that's just how it's set up. I could leave the game out, I guess, theoretically. And I don't know if the date is something I can change. I'll look into it, because you're right, it is a little like cluttered.